making headlines. The President expresses his heartfelt condolences to the family of Ahmad Hafiz following his passing. The Tourism Minister states that Maldives is now a global example in the field of sustainable tourism. And the Cities Minister reveals that the upcoming state budget will include provisions for introducing public works or services in 15 additional atolls.
Welcome to the English News. I'm your host Malak Ahmad Fayaz. Now for the news in detail. President Dr. Mohammad Muizzu expresses his heartfelt condolences to the family of Ahmad Hafiz following his passing. Notably, Hafiz made significant contributions to both the Basketball Association of the Maldives, MBA, and the Maldivian fisheries sector. In a social media post, President Dr. Muizzu highlighted Hafiz's dedicated service to the Maldives and the PPM-PNC coalition. He emphasized Hafiz's invaluable role in advancing the nation's sports, extending sincere sympathies to Hafiz's family and invoking blessings for his departed soul. Hafiz, who passed away while battling cancer, served 2 terms as MBA president, steering Maldivian basketball to numerous successes. His leadership was instrumental in enhancing the country's presence in international and domestic tournaments, as well as in fostering talent development. Furthermore, Hafiz made enduring contributions to marine research, notably serving at the Marine Research Center since its establishment. From 1999 to 2004, he held the position of director, spearheading significant scientific endeavors and publishing notable work on marine life and fisheries. His influence extended to key roles within the Ministry of Fisheries and Ocean Resources, where he played a pivotal role in identifying and naming new fish species in the Maldives. Minister of Cities, Local Government and Public Works Adam Sharif Umar reveals that the upcoming state budget will include provisions for introducing public works or services in 15 additional atolls. He made the announcement during the opening ceremony of a meeting focused on strengthening the public works of administrative areas.
Speaking at the meeting, Minister Adam Sharif emphasized that expanding public works services across the nation is a top priority for President Dr. Mohammad Muizzu. He also assured that the ministry will continue its efforts under the President's guidance addressing issues at existing sites. Additionally, Minister Adam Sharif highlighted President Dr. Muizzu's commitment to empowering local councils and collaborating with them. He mentioned his initiative to work closely with councils to extend public work services. He also revealed plans to establish mobile units to address emergency issues promptly. Furthermore, Minister Adam Sharif noted that within 6 months of the current government, the Cities Ministry has achieved significant success in delivering services, empowering councils and enhancing public works. He also stressed that these efforts require collaboration among all stakeholders to identify and tackle existing challenges.
Deputy Speaker of Parliament Ahmad Nazim announces the formation of a Parliamentary Housing Committee during a program aired on PSMNEWS. Nazim noted that while the ruling party People's National Congress PNC has expressed a desire to establish this committee, there are already some parliamentary committees with housing-related mandates. However, he assured that amendments to the parliamentary regulations within the general committees will further facilitate the formation of a dedicated housing committee expected to be established by the end of June. Moreover, Deputy Speaker Nazim emphasized that the creation of this new committee will significantly address and alleviate the housing challenges previously faced. He reiterated that the parliamentary system, with the new committee in place, will be better equipped to tackle housing issues more effectively, ensuring a more focused approach to this critical area. Additionally, housing is a key focus of President Dr. Mohammad Muizzu's government. The government is highly committed to resolving housing issues through diligent efforts and necessary revisions to the legal framework. This commitment to improving housing is seen as a central part of the present administration's policy agenda. Minister of Tourism Ibrahim Faisal states that Maldives is now a global example in the field of sustainable tourism. The statement was made by the minister during the Maldives Media Meet press conference organized by Maldives Marketing and Public Relations Corporation (MMPRC) in the ITB China Fair. MMPRC announced that Maldives has been selected as the official destination partner for ITB China 2024 on a previous stance. The ITB China, a prominent BTB trade show focusing exclusively on the Chinese travel market, will take place from May 27 to 29 this year at the Shanghai World Expo, Exhibition and Convention Center. Addressing the media VIP speaker of the press briefing, Minister Faisal observed that the nation is recovering from the aftermath of the COVID-19 global pandemic. The minister emphasized that the primary objective of the administration is to preserve and promote tourism, highlighting the Maldives' global recognition as a leader in ecotourism. Furthermore, Minister Faisal stressed the significance of minimizing the negative impacts of global economic shocks and health catastrophes. The minister affirmed that the efforts are underway to facilitate access to loans in the tourism sector, noting that the retail loans will be accessible with low interest rates following the establishment of the Development Bank. During the conference, Maldives and China signed a Memorandum of Understanding (MOU) to establish digital payment networks. The MOU was signed by Deputy Managing Director of MMPRC, Zihuni Rashid, and County Manager of Asian Pay, Etienne Ng. Following the signing of the MOU, MMPRC expressed confidence that leveraging Asian Pay's marketing activities will bolster Chinese tourist arrivals, reinforcing the Maldives' status as a preferred destination. Additionally, MMPRC highlighted the press conference's significance in promoting Maldives' tourism industry in the Chinese market through popular media platforms. It elaborated on the nation's appeal to Chinese tourists and shared insights on ongoing promotional efforts within the industry. Minister of Education Dr. Ismail Shafiu emphasizes the importance of research in developing an environmentally friendly education system in the Maldives. He made the remarks while speaking at the Global Partnership for Education GPE Knowledge and Innovation Exchange KIX Forum.
GPE, an international organization dedicated to educational research, seeks to address existing issues through innovative solutions. The KIX Maldives National Uptake Forum 2024, held in collaboration with Villa College, conveyed global education researchers. The primary objectives of the forum included discussing research findings and securing financial support for ongoing and future studies. Speaking at the opening of the forum, Minister Shafiu highlighted the significance of such forums in fostering modern advancements in the Maldivian education system. He stressed that these studies are crucial for assessing the current educational environment and implementing suitable changes. In addition, he said that the forum serves as a platform for sharing best practices from other countries. The KIX Forum features presentations on research conducted by various countries and institutions, aiming to engage with funding providers on the importance of continued research. The Canadian International Development Research Centre supports the GPE financially and is an active participant in the forum. The forum, which spans one day, includes panel discussions on various key topics.
Minister of Social and Family Development Dr. Aishat Shiham underscores the dedicated endeavors to formulate strategies aimed at fostering peace and stability within families. These remarks were conveyed during a press conference convened to apprise the public of the projects and initiatives executed over the preceding 6 months. Addressing the media, Minister Dr. Aishat revealed that discussions are underway with the Maldives National University MNU to initiate a research project. The primary objective of this initiative is to identify various familial issues and problems. The minister further disclosed plans to hold a seminar to discuss with individuals under the research project. Furthermore, Minister Dr. Aishat emphasized the ongoing efforts of the ministry to compile a comprehensive database encompassing familial profiles and associated concerns. She expressed confidence in the database's utility, asserting that it will facilitate the early detection of familial issues and other prospective solutions. Regional Airports Company Limited RACL signs an agreement with Silverland Hotels to establish a tourism zone at Farasmatodda Airport. The contract was signed by Managing Director of RACL, Ahmad Mubin, and Head of Project Management at Silverland Hotels, Ibrahim Mohammed. Speaking at the signing ceremony, Mubin announced that the agreement involves the development of the 100-room hotel, a project valued at $20 million. He highlighted that the hotel is anticipated to generate approximately 200 jobs. He also said that further investigations are underway with the goal of commencing the project within the next 3 months. Farasmatodda Airport, situated on 19 hectares of reclaimed land, features a 1,200-meter runway and was constructed at a cost of $9.4 million. Business Center Corporation BCC participates in the IORA Business Conclave 2024. BCC revealed that the participation aims to hold discussions with potential global investors and to foster international business opportunities for local, small and medium enterprises, SMEs. The corporation will also explore investment prospects within the country to support and facilitate such opportunities for small businesses. The IORA Business Conclave 2024 is slated to take place from May 28 to 29th at the Shangri-La Hotel in Colombo. The Conclave Association comprises of 23 nations and 12 dialogue partners. The event, organized by the Indian Ocean Rim Association, IORA, to bring together institutions, investors and enterprises from various countries, aims to strengthen ties and cooperation in various trade-related domains. The Bank of Maldives BML announces a dividend distribution of $3.24 per annual share as its annual general meeting AGM, marking the highest dividend payout in the bank's history. The shareholders at the meeting approved a total dividend of $17 million, equating to $3.24 per share, a significant increase from the previous year's dividend of $14 million, which was $2.60 per share. Chief Executive Officer, CEO and Managing Director of BML, Carl Stumke, attributed the record dividend to the bank's successful performance last year. He emphasized the bank's commitment to strong governance, exceptional customer service, and a focus on digitalization to foster a sustainable and collaborative greener future. He also highlighted the goal of building a stronger and brighter future for the bank. Additionally, BML announced it will receive a dividend of $9 million, along with an additional $41 million in taxes for 2023. Supplies of food and medicine begins arriving at the scene of a deadly landslide in Papua New Guinea, with aid workers discovering children rendered mute by the shock of the disaster. Papua New Guinea's government estimates that as many as 2,000 people may be buried underneath a massive landslide that struck a thriving highland settlement in Enga province in the early hours of May 24th. Only 6 bodies have so far been pulled from the mountain of churned-up earth after days of frantic digging with makeshift tools. Difficulties getting aid and supplies to the site and the speed of the government response has stoked a mix of desperation and frustration on the ground. Community leader Miok Michael told reporters that 19 of his family members and relatives were missing and feared dead. The relief support and donations are slowly reaching the affected site, said Michael, who recently visited the disaster zone. With rescue teams abandoned in hope of finding survivors under the meters of mud and rubble, the community has started to count the emotional and physical costs. Mourning locals have started carrying the dead away in immense funeral processions, collective outpourings of love and grief that can last for weeks. Images showed a group of men carrying a wooden casket down the forested valley on their shoulders as scores of mourners trail behind them wailing with despair. Aid groups fear children will bear the brunt of the catastrophe, estimating that 40% of residents in the area are younger than 16. Niels Cryer from UNICEF Papua New Guinea said workers were aware of 9 orphan children. UNICEF said it had started distributing rudimentary hygiene kits of buckets, jerry cans and soap, while World Vision said food, shelter, blankets and mosquito nets remained immediate needs. Real Madrid go for 15th European crown against Borussia Dortmund in the final, but the competition may cease to exist if the Spanish giants get their way. Madrid and rivals Barcelona have pressed ahead in their wish to create a European Super League, defying the condemnation of the project from around the rest of the continent. That includes from their opponents at Wembley this weekend, with Dortmund CEO Hans-Joachim Watzicki repeatedly stressing his club will have no truck with the Super League. An initial attempt to launch a closed-shop breakaway league in 2021 collapsed within days after backlash from fans, governments and the game's authorities. But supporters of the Super League have already had a victory this week, as a Madrid court found governing bodies FIFA and UEFA had abused their dominant position and prevented free competition by opposing a breakaway division. Madrid's reasons for pursuing an earthquake in European football may seem confusing. Los Blancos have won the Champions League 5 times in the past 10 years. At the same time, they have managed to modernize the 85,000 capacity Santiago Bernabeu into a world-class stadium and remain a go-to destination for the planet's best players. Jude Bellingham was plucked from Dortmund 12 months ago for a fee in excess of €100 million despite the riches and home comforts offered by Premier League clubs for the England international. Kylian Mbappe is expected to complete his move to the Spanish capital in the coming days after turning his back on Qatar-funded Paris Saint-Germain. Madrid's aura in the Champions League may strike fear into their competitors. Yet inside the club there's concern that their position as the competition's most successful club could eventually come under threat without structural change to the sport. A rocket carrying a sophisticated satellite blasts off from California on a mission to investigate what role clouds could play in the fight against climate change. The Earth Care Orbiter, the result of collaboration between the European Space Agency, ESA, and Japan's JXA Space Agency, launched on a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket from Vandenberg Air Base. ESA said on its website that the hold-down clamps have released Falcon 9 and they have begun their flight. The 2-ton satellite will orbit nearly 400 kilometers above Earth for 3 years. Clouds from cumulus and cirrus to cumulonimbus are a varied and complicated phenomenon. Their composition depends on where they are located in the troposphere, Earth's lowest layer of atmosphere, explained Dominic Gilleran, head of the ESA's Earth Observation Projects Department. Gilleran told reporters that they're one of the main contributors to how the climate changes and one of the least understood. The troposphere starts at around 8 kilometers, 5 miles above the polar regions, but near the equator it begins at around 18 kilometers up. This means that clouds affect the climate differently depending on their altitude and latitude. White and bright cumulus clouds, which are made out of water droplets, sit low and work